Yeah.
Hi, YouTube.
The beginning's always rocky.
We already got a like. Did you like it?
I did not.
Hopefully you guys can hear us because we have a microphone plugged in, and last time I did this, you can hear me. So
when someone comes, they'll let us know. Oh, many people have already come.
Can you hear us?
Are we speaking loud enough?
Yep.
I have a problem speaking up.
Yay, thanks, Rose. Can you hear us? Someone say yes.
The delay is horrible.
Yay!
Awesome.
High five, you did it. So, I actually am having a good day. I'm having a really good day. And I would say you're having a good day.
I'm having a good day.
Yeah.
It's a good day.
So I kind of wanted to tell you. Rude. That's the rude one.
That probably was not great.
Go away. I locked her out. So I wanted to tell you about the good in my day, and
we're gonna have a really hard time because this is not normally here, so we're just gonna constantly be looking away from the camera.
That's just you. I've gotten used to it. My last few live streams have had that.
Unbelievable.
So if Greg doesn't pay attention, we just got a new webcam, obviously, if you can tell, and it actually sits on my tripod and is not where my computer is in the comments.
Yeah, it's like,
I am anonymous. Your dogs remind me of my dog. Never stops barking. Oh, that one's the worst.
Yeah.
She's so bad. So there's this quote that I like, and it's cheesy and I don't care, but it's not every day is a good day, but there's good in every day. And hey, Nicole. What? I want to know. What? You can't say guess what and not.
Right.
I'm impatient.
Right.
Delayed gratification is not my thing. So I've been walking to work every day. She's officially down to 6 milligrams on Suboxone. Yay!
Well done.
Congratulations.
Well done.
I know you've been working hard at that, so that's great. Hey, Angel. Hey, guys. So I've been walking to work every day, and it's helped a lot. It's helped me.
She said we're early. We were like 2 minutes early.
That never happens.
Right.
That never happens.
Sorry to derail you.
That's okay. I think that walking to work has really just kind of helped with my spirits. My mom was a little worried because she thought I was like ignoring her. You know, you guys know we don't have a car. So my mom's been giving me rides to work, and honestly, walking has just helped me kind of give me some time to process. And it helps me like mentally prepare for dealing with people, because my job is a customer service position, and although I don't deal with people in office or face to face, like I still have to talk to them all day. And what is Suboxone, if you don't mind me asking? You keep hearing about it. Suboxone is a medication available for opioid use disorder or addiction, opioid addiction, so heroin addiction, pain pills. It is a way to like, how do you, like, you switch from drugs to maintenance medication, and then you slowly taper off of maintenance medication and just stabilize. Buprenorphine is the active ingredient, and I got lots of videos about it, and so does Nicole if you want to check those out. So I want to start with the funny experience that happened this morning. Or should I tell them about Emerson last night coming into bed?
Last night is fine.
Okay, last night we have been trying this new thing with Emerson because he doesn't like going to bed, and we don't like fighting him. So we have actually we have a step stool in his room where he can reach the light switch and turn it on and off when he's ready to go to bed. And then he comes to our bed and falls asleep in our bed, and then we carry him back to his room, and it works for us. It works for
you because you don't have to carry him back to bed.
I got a bad back.
Yeah.
I got a bad back.
Yes.
But I just like, I don't know, it's gotten so much easier because he feels like he's in charge.
Yeah, I mean, he is in charge of his own sleeping at that point to a certain extent.
Hey, Katie. And he last night went to his room, and normally he's been like coming back into our room and going to bed pretty quickly, but last night he wanted to stay up and play. So we put him in his room, said, you know, when you're ready to come to bed, come to bed. And he came over at like 9 or 9:30, and we're like ready to fall asleep. And he always just comes in and crawls in bed with us. This time he goes, Daddy, I need your help.
Oh, yeah.
He said, I need your help trying to put my train tracks together. It's really tricky for my hands. And it
just the way he said it, and
it was so sweet.
I could not possibly say no.
It was the sweetest thing.
So I went and we set its train track up in the middle of his room so he could
He wanted it in like a circle track, but that
they are a little tricky.
Then he came. Were you talking about the second part of it?
No, maybe.
Then he came back over like pretty quickly, and he was like, "Why did Pappy get me this train track? I have lots of toys. I don't need this train track. It takes up all the space on my floor." And I'm like, "What's going on, bud?" Apparently, he can't get the train track going without Daddy there.
Yeah, and then
so it was hilarious.
Just taking up a bunch of space in his room.
Angel said, "I carried him for 9 months." Nah,
I get it. I get it. It's true.
But
I can't be mad.
So he came in all frustrated, saying that Pappy gets him toys that are too big because he couldn't.
It's a good problem to have.
I just thought it was so stinking cute. And he's just like, "I have enough toys. I don't need a train track that big."
Because it thwarted him.
Yeah, because he just couldn't get it last night. So then this morning I was walking to work, like I was saying, and cicada killers are a thing here. I don't know if you guys have cicada killers in your area. I don't know if you have cicadas. I actually have a cicada killer because my son collects bugs. So this is a baby cicada killer. This is a baby. Keep that in mind.
Yeah, you're gonna have to. Yeah.
Can you see that thing?
It's pretty big.
Like, can you see how big that is next to my...
You could take it out and put it on
Hell
your hand.
no, I'm not putting it on my hand. You can put it on your hand. You can put it on your hand.
I'm pass. Hard pass.
Right? I said this thing never comes out of the Ziploc. Like, so you guys see this thing. This is a baby cicada killer.
They get like yay big.
Ooh, they get massive.
Gnarly big.
They don't attack people unless provoked. So that's good to know.
They're actually really hard to make angry enough to sting you, I think. But they're just so intimidatingly large.
They're huge. They're like the size of hummingbirds.
They're big.
Like hummingbirds. And they are not afraid of people because they're a new invasive species. So like they haven't had time to kind of fear people, I swear. Because they always fly right at me when I'm walking down the street. So this morning I'm just bebopping along and I come to this area. It's like a car, and then like above it was like trees and a fence. And I see this thing flying at me and I'm like, oh shit. I knew exactly what it was. And I'm like, geez Louise, what is that monstrosity? And I duck, like I run in front of this car. I'm holding onto the hood of the car, like ducking from this thing. I look up and I make eye contact with the driver of the car. And I'm like, oh my God. So then I like panicked and I almost ran into traffic because I didn't know what to do, because it's like, this way is a cicada killer. There's the driver. Here's an exit, but no, there's cars coming. So like I took a step and I was like, oh shit. So then the cicada killer flew onto his windshield and he goes, oh shit. Like it was terrifying. But I was like, I'm so sorry you witnessed that. But like,
at least he knew.
Why?
At least he knew why you were losing your mind.
It was terrifying. Like,
please don't run out into traffic. That cannot be the way to go out.
I didn't. No, it was the stupidest thing I could have done, and I was not.
That's like if a bee flies in your car when you're driving. It's like what?
You just veer off the road. And yeah, so that was my start of my morning, and like I walk into the office and I was like that. Yeah, right. To get hit by a car, hit by a bug. What do I want to do? The bug was terrifying. I chose the car, and then I was like, nope.
I mean, whenever I hear a bumble thing, like I instinctively like duck or run, or so I understand the compulsion. It's just like an instinctual lizard brain reaction, like thing coming at me, move.
But it's like these things are big. They're like bigger than any normal bumble thing. And I just like, I went to work and I was having a good day. Like things were going well. Hold on, just give me a second. I gotta write something down. So I got to work and it was like a nice normal day, and Greg sends me a text and he got a raise. Yeah. Yay.
I knew I had a review up, but I didn't know that raises were imminent.
Yes.
And for it to like pop up just kind of out of nowhere is nice.
Yeah, we weren't expecting it. He had a review and it went really well, and that's okay.
Yeah.
So so that was the first good news, and then I got a second piece of good news, which is like mind-blowingly phenomenal, and I can't share it yet, but it might happen, it might not, but it was still a really cool experience.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to tell you guys all about it. Just can't do it right now. Yes, thank you, Nicole. And I so that experience, like, I really can't wait to tell you guys about it.
Right.
Like,
it'll be cool. Like,
either way, it's cool, and I can't wait to tell you about it, no matter what happens.
Yeah.
But then the third thing, which you guys are probably not going to find as cool as I do, I am doing a collab with Ro, and from Strong Prism Life, who she's the babe, and I can't wait to do it. She lives like 20 minutes away from a Cluck You, which is my favorite restaurant in New Jersey. And she actually lives really close to where Jeff used to live, my ex-boyfriend. And I just think that's amazing. Like, that's like a very, I mean, New Jersey's big
Serendipitous.
enough. Yeah. I was like, I sent her a
Serendipitous.
message. I was like, I would really like to collab with you. And my favorite restaurant is there. It's called Cluck You. It's
Cluck You was my question. I was like, have we been there? Have I gone? Nope. No, I've never been to Jersey, so.
I have talked about it so much because it's just so good. It's Cluck and then You with just the letter. They have like
It's like a college town. It's like a college type thing. Is that what
probably
it's?
like, I don't know
Wow.
how, like, where there are a couple across New Jersey, and it was the best part that Katie, he did, but it happens a lot, the PayPal link, which it is what it is.
Gotta do what you gotta do, man.
Yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do, but let me see, I'll let this dog back in. Which one is it? Is it Bobby? Okay, it's Chubbs. Come on in.
But also, like, yes, good things are happening, but we also gotta remember when good things aren't happening, that it's still a good day.
Right?
Still
Yeah.
okay.
But I just feel like it really made me kind of feel good because I found the joy in little things.
Yeah.
Like being chased by a cicada killer. And
like appreciating the little things when things might not be going so great. Like, it can turn what would be an otherwise not great day into an okay.
Yeah,
okay day.
It happens so much, you know, you just get caught up in you see all the bad things. And there were plenty of bad things I could have focused on today.
It's easy to feel like you're getting nowhere and just stuck.
I had a lot of bad things happen too. Like, I got hung up at work, had to stay late. That happened. It was raining when I walked to work. Like, there's all these things that I could focus on, but like instead I chose to focus on the good things. And I've been trying very hard to, how do I say this? Like locus of control is a very important thing, and I'm going to make a video about it, going into it in more detail. But essentially, do you feel like you are in control, or you have a say in what happens in your life, or do you feel like life happens to you? Are you lucky? Is it just because, you know, you're smart and not because you worked hard? How you frame things and how you view things really matters. So I said to him, like, I can't help but feel like this is all partially because of Brent. Oh, the other part. I get to speak with the mayor of my town, possibly. And it's in the works, and it would be about addiction or addiction treatment. And I would just love the opportunity to just advocate.
Like, spread a little bit, yeah.
Just to educate and advocate, and it feels so good. And I don't know, like I said to Greg, I said, I can't help but feel like this is partially because of Brent. Like, does that feel stupid? And I don't mean like because he's an angel looking down on me. Well, some people might think that that's not really where my beliefs are, but like I pushed, like I manifested this. Like,
yeah.
I lost him, and immediately I was like, I'm doing something about this.
Yeah.
I'm doing something about this. This is not right. And
it was an extra spark, an extra, like, a galvanization to push you ahead.
Yeah.
A little bit harder and stronger.
So I feel like, you know, partially it's the universe coming together, and partially it's because I've been pushing so hard through that universe. Yeah. Like, I've been really putting myself out there and opening myself up, and I'm just really excited.
Doing it. You've been doing it for a while, and
yeah,
I'm proud of you.
And yeah, it's just kind of how things are going. I think it's just so important. Like, I fall into that external locus of control. I often think like, if I get things done because I'm smart, or because I'm a girl, or because I'm pretty, but not because I worked hard or I'm educated. You know what I mean? Like,
factors outside of your control versus things that you have done.
Yeah, and I think that I will feel like today is just a lucky day, but it's not just a lucky day. Like, it's a good day because I'm focusing on the good in it. It's a good day because I am working towards things, and I'm feeling a payoff. Let's see what Holly said. I feel like life happens to me. Addiction counseling made me realize that I stressed over things I can't control. Much more control freak than I thought. That's actually kind of, there's a happy medium, because you can't control everything, and learning what you can't control is just so vital. And I struggle with that a lot. because I want to control. I think I control all of the things in life that I truly don't.
Yeah, it's like you actually have to like ask yourself consciously when you're thinking about something, if you know what I mean, how much control do you have over this? It's kind of hard
I
to like
love your
remember to think
questions.
about it.
But
Yeah.
Greg always asks me these like 3 or 4 questions.
It's like a risk assessment type thing. It's like, how likely is this thing to happen? If that thing were to happen, what's the worst absolute outcome? And then what can you do about it?
Yeah.
And if it's like,
And can you change it?
yeah, and if it's like nothing, no, and I don't know. There's
if
a
it's like
pithy thing that goes along with it, but the gist of it is there.
Yeah.
If you can't do anything about it,
stop stressing over it, which is easier said than done.
It's an assessment.
But it is nice to put it in perspective. Like, that's when people have like existential crises. Like, I was getting there the other day. I do that a lot when I lose people.
I have many existential crises all the time.
Yeah, but like I get into it real deep where like all of a sudden I'm like, nothing matters. Why am I doing this? What are we here for? Like, and I just do it like.
Because on one hand, it literally doesn't matter. And on another hand, it really does matter.
Yeah, and it's like trying to find that reconciliation, like where I'm in the middle. I try to stay in the middle, but sometimes I veer one way or the other.
And sometimes it helps to know that, like, no, ultimately none of this matters on like a large enough time scale. Like, it's okay if I make a mistake because it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you can use that thought, that framing to your advantage if only you're skillful enough.
Oh, Gima, I don't know why notifications don't work, but you're not the only person that says that. It's probably
gotta get the bell on, man. Get the bell on.
Probably because of my content. Like, a lot of my videos are like not monetized, and there's like a second algorithm that they'll put you in for like.
It's an algorithm labyrinth.
Yeah, well, I learned this because I don't know if you guys follow this channel, but Special Books by Special Kids is a phenomenal channel. Yeah. Oh my gosh, I love that channel so much. So Special Books by Special Kids is Chris. I'm pretty sure it's Chris, right?
Yeah.
He was a special education teacher, and he just started to write a book for these children.
Overall, fantastic human being.
And then makes videos, and he travels the world to just kind of interview these people who are just neurodiverse. They're neuroatypical, and it is amazing. I highly recommend it. But he was getting so many views and comments, and then they disabled his comments because he has children or minors in his videos.
Up in that.
And they literally told him that it was a second algorithm that they got put on because of the children and the disabled comments. So there's plenty of children channels out there that cannot be commented on.
Like I get it, but there's got to be a better way to do that. Like, so many people are behind the scenes. Like, you can't come up with a better system.
Yeah.
Or like, I don't know, man.
Katie, I like that. It says, I've been sick since 2011, lost a kidney, been septic more times than I can count, but you smile through it all because you know having a crappy attitude isn't going to make you healthy. And
right.
Yeah.
Sometimes, yeah, it's that's a wonderful outlook.
I think that having a positive outlook can make you healthier, though. Like, it literally can reduce your stress. Like, they have proven that if you smile and fake it, you will release the endorphins in your brain that make you actually smile. So you'll actually make yourself happier.
Yeah, man. Sometimes fake it till you make it it's a cliche for a reason. You know what I mean? It's so much. Time goes smoother when you're not like grumpy about every single thing. Like, if you just look at everything and hate it, life is just not.
My poor dad's stuck there.
Might as well. Yeah, and even I fall into it sometimes. Like, when I'm suffering, chronic pain will do that to you. Like, when my hands are really, really hurting, it is hard not to be like, oh, well, I can't do this. This sucks. Like, blah, blah, blah. Like, there's all these things I can't do. But like, I don't know. I could potentially have surgery soon, so it's like that could be fixed. Like, and my hands don't feel that bad right now because I've been trying to change my routine around at work and make myself get help from other areas when I need it. And it does get better. Like, there's things I can do to make it better. So there's no sense in just being a dick.
Yeah. It's easy, though. It's easy because you feel like shit, so it's easy to just carry on. It's harder to take that step and be cognitively aware of it sometimes. Mm-hmm. I wanted to show you this. I don't know if you guys can see it. I think you'll be able to see it well enough.
Maybe.
My mom made me this.
It's gonna be backwards.
Mom, thank you.
It's gonna be backwards though. It's gonna be hard to read.
Girl, that is more than you ever had to send. I appreciate that
Right?
so much. I don't know. Yeah, it might be
You have
backwards.
to read it.
Well, see, that's what I thought last time because my shirt looked backwards, but it wasn't backwards. But now we're using webcam, so who knows? It says, "Fly away, friend. Spread your wings and fly. Take the beauty of your soul and share it with the sky." My mom made me this, and this is actually a monarch butterfly from her butterfly farm. That's what I call it. But
She has released so many butterflies, man.
Like, guys, I wish I could have been over there to like help with the last couple releases, but because we don't have the vehicle, I can't.
Yeah, it's a little bit harder to get over there.
She was releasing like 12 butterflies a day on average.
She does it on a massive scale. It's crazy. I was blown away by like the amount of time and energy she puts into that.
Yeah.
And it's even like a little male monarch butterfly.
Yeah.
It's very.
It's Brent.
Symbolic, man.
Yeah. Stella, I don't know why they can't come up with a filter that blocks timestamps instead of blocking all comments.
Yeah, right. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, that's true because the
part of the
timestamps
problem.
are what it was. Yeah.
Yeah, that was part of the problem.
Yeah.
But as we just always overcorrect, man. As a people, as a thing, like humans just tend to go too far.
Yeah.
Always overcorrect and always try and, I don't know. It's kind of a thing.
Yeah. There was something else I was talking about, but I forget what it was. I like totally forget.
Too bad bricks is like the story that whenever I'm thinking about like gratitude and stuff, there's like this, it's a monk and he wrote a book and the book is called Who Ordered This Truckload of Dung. Have you ever talked about it before?
Yeah,
I'm sure you have, but like the Too Bad Brick story, man, is what comes in my head every time I'm focusing on anything negative and gotta like reframe my thoughts.
Yeah, I thought about something, talked about that in a podcast I was listening to. So Too Bad Bricks, Do
you want to go through the whole thing?
Essentially, this guy becomes a monk, right?
He builds a wall.
Jake, and I don't care if you share your PayPal. You can share it one time. That's fine. I don't want to like say no because like I'm too empathetic.
Yeah.
Just I don't know Jake, and I don't want him to be hungry. Yeah. So share it. It's up to you guys if you donate. So I don't know if Nicole heard that, but he can go ahead and share it. So Too Bad Bricks. The storyline is that a guy becomes a monk and he has to travel somewhere and they don't have like any money to build. So he's forced to build like a monastery or a wall.
He's building a wall in the monastery because that's what monks do.
And he didn't know what he was doing. So he started and like he got, it was really bad at first and sloppy, right? And then he got better over time. And then people would come to visit and he would like hide this wall. He didn't want people to see it because
all he saw were the errors he made when he was building it. And it was like 2 bad bricks in this otherwise beautiful wall.
Yeah.
And he could not take compliments or like see any of the good in the rest of his wall because all he saw was these 2 bad bricks.
Yeah.
And no one else sees them. No one else ever sees those things that we worry so much are standing out.
It's like one time I went to the bank and I came home and I looked in the mirror and I had like eyeliner like under my eyes and I was just like, damn, why didn't anybody say anything to me? Well, in reality, they probably didn't even notice it. If they did, it didn't even like register. And then I watched this podcast where a couple had to be long distance. He's some famous YouTuber. I don't really know who he is. I just like clicked on it. And he was talking about how they spent, I think, 1.5 years long distance, and then they've been together 1.5 years. But he did the math. If they were going to be together until they were 90, at like how much time that actually is in like the grand scheme of things, and it's like 0.02%. And it was just like, I don't have a link to it, so sorry. But it says, this is my tab. Yeah. So, if you want to help Jake, that's what you can do. That's up to you guys. Blah, blah, blah. I forget what I was going to do. I get uncomfortable, honestly, like, because I want to help, but like, I just don't want to, I don't want to promote anybody or anything that I don't know is real or true. And I'm not saying that you're not true, Jake. I hope you understand.
Yeah,
it's just
that's the nature internet. Of dealing with the internet.
Yeah.
Man. What you do is.
But I donate to everything and anything I can. That's actually that's something that I've learned is that people that are like lower income, like ourselves, are more likely to donate money than people that have like massive amounts of money because like I've been without that money before. You know, I've lived without that money, so it doesn't bother me. And it's just interesting. But back to that story. So he said it's like only 2.02% of their whole relationship, and I just thought
that they would be together,
that they would be long distance.
And
then they have the rest of their life together. And I thought that was such a
understand.
wonderful way to frame it. And then I read I watched a video. I almost want to say that it was Dr. B. I don't remember if it's the Dr. B that is on Nicole's channel or not, but it was a guy that was talking about Suboxone and addiction, and he said that your taper or your detox, sorry, not your taper, your detox is less than 5% like of your entire addiction journey, like addiction recovery journey. And I just think that's so interesting.
It goes back to like when you look back on like your teenage years and you think about all those things that were so like important. Brutally hard or important at the time, and like you look back on and you just don't even remember.
Yeah,
like you don't feel everything is important at the moment, but eventually you will look back on this thing.
I was reading some of these old cards and letters that I had written my ex-boyfriend. I don't know why I had them and not him.
Because you keep things like that?
I keep everything. So like I was reading the stuff in it and it was just so trivial and stupid. And I'm just like, why is this like, I don't know. At the time it was such a big deal to me, and I swore up and down I was going to marry this kid. And it makes you think like all teenagers feel like that. Like we all I think it's because you have to learn that the world doesn't revolve around you. And at that point in my life, I didn't know that.
The world doesn't revolve around you yet. It does you
live your own movie, like you have your own storyline, but I don't think that I had any sense of perspective at that point in my life. And I was just so consumed with myself.
Yeah.
And I wonder, like, how can you teach that to a child? How can you teach Emerson that, like, I don't know.
Well, yeah. I tried, and doesn't work when they're this young.
Well, yeah, obviously he's too young.
But it's like, why don't you learn?
Why can't you learn reason?
I'm
trying to reason with you.
You're like 4.
That's
why you can't 4.
Learn.
Yeah.
Holly said high school, everything was so important, and now you laugh at yourself for your teen years.
Right.
Oh my gosh, yes. I just thought the world was going to end in high school probably every other night. Like something bad was happening, and I was just always so mortified.
I had a live journal, and I read it. I forget how long ago, but oh my God. Was I so melodramatic about everything.
Brianna sent me Brent's live journal, and it's from when we dated.
I think I could find mine again.
And it was like the one post he posted all of the lyrics from Second Best by Pedro the Lion. I don't know if you know this song, guys, but it's just like second best. Like, oh, it's super, super depressing. And I remember exactly when that was. That was from when I started dating Steven. I wasn't even dating Steven yet. I was hanging out with Steven. And I was like, all that love triangle was so important.
With them boys' hearts,
oh, yeah. Hey,
man.
Steve. Yeah, you're here. I forgot you were in this one. That's the guy that I started talking to. It's like second best. Oh, second best. I can learn to live with this. Plus, I really need a rest. After all, what's wrong with second best? What's wrong with second best? Slit my wrist and black my eyes. Like, yeah, we
were emo, man.
So emotional.
We were emo. That was like the prime. We were prime emo years, man. Like
it hit
2002, 2003, 2004. Like that was when I was in high school. Like, oh man.
Yeah, even after that, like up until like 2008. 2008 I thought was like a peak year for music. Like pop punk music has never been the same.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm really Steve, are you coming home? Are you coming home for anything? Because I know there's not really anything going on. But we're seeing Spill Canvas next Wednesday. You should fly home. Just fly home, for it's like the bottom level of the communion club. It's like not even like the actual stage.
Really?
Yeah. But I'm excited to go.
Yeah, it's cool. Like
it'll be more personal.
I like intimate shows. Intimate shows like that.
I miss that. I feel like for a while it was like when I was in high school, concerts were just like big stadium arena shows, and that wasn't very fun. Yeah. And then we did like small private shows like 2007, 2008.
It's also where you are.
Yeah.
Like in bigger cities, like there are all kinds of clubs and venues and stuff. Cats, man. I'm a dog guy.
Yeah, I like my puppers.
I don't not like my first pet was a cat and I loved him dearly. Like
I had a cat that
I like
her name was
animals in
Mosh.
general.
I named her Mosh, like a mosh pit, because I was hardcore, and she's still alive.
Too much rock for one hand.
She lives with my mom and my dad. She's definitely my dad's cat. Like Michael has her. She just loves him.
Yeah.
Yep. But look at how Jackson. She's laying on his little butt, on his little bum bum.
Bubby's diet's going. It's going.
Yeah. Yeah, we're cooking our dog food more than we're cooking ourselves food. It's crazy. Steve, I can't wait. If you come to visit, that would be amazing. Definitely let us know. I don't cook myself dinner. I cook my son dinner, and usually that's a hot dog. No shame. Like that's literally all he will eat.
He likes hot dogs.
And I don't care. Like it's hot dogs and mac and cheese, a hot dog on a stick, a sausage with pancake on it. Like it's usually hot dog centric because it's the texture. It actually has to do with his sensory processing disorder and the texture of foods. He can't do overly textured things, overly hot. He actually prefers all of his food cold. And I try to get the hot dogs. He can't do pizza rolls. I tried to do pizza rolls. The neighbor said that she tried pizza rolls, so he might have eaten them for her. He's just starting to get to eat
plainer
pizza.
Stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
if he eats pizza, it's got to be naked. And so I make him a hot dog and whatever, like a veggie, or give him a fruit or whatever he's gonna do, and I eat a sandwich maybe if I'm lucky.
Yeah.
Like that's lucky. And I cook my dogs like chicken, rice, green beans, like they get the whole shebang. I saw Alice in Chains and Corn on Sunday. That would be awesome.
One of my the guys at work went to see that tour, Alice in Chains on that tour.
Yeah. Well, she's in Pennsylvania. You're in Pennsylvania, aren't you, Angel? I think so. So probably could have been the same one.
Yeah, very well may have been.
Yeah.
Like last week. Sometime,
Yeah,
maybe.
That would have been so cool. I actually
like
Corn a lot more now than I did when I was younger. I liked them, but it was like one of those like secrets that I kept.
Yeah,
like,
new metal was
especially at like my school.
Yeah, it was just kind of. I mean, new metal has been derided in popular culture for a while, but most people have like a secret new metal fandom. Not most people, but a lot of people.
I was really all about.
They just don't like to admit it.
Hey, Christy. I was really about Limp Bizkit. And
I liked Limp Bizkit back in the day, and I don't know, 3 Days Grace. That was all that radio rock. That's like that can be your gateway into Benjamin. I love it. Benjamin.
I know you do.
But like that was all my gateway into like real metal.
Yeah.
So
I got into it because like
real metal.
Well, I got into anything a little bit more heavier because I started to like The Offspring and Blink-182 and Green Day, and that was how I segued into it. Princess, my son has a sensory processing disorder. I would maybe say that like I don't know if we were diagnosable, but we have the traits of it. I've definitely seen a lot of his behaviors in us. I'm an incredibly weird eater. I can't eat chicken, period, because chicken
most times it just she'll just be eating something and like one thing will be off and she just cannot touch it.
Yeah, I mean like it could be something as trivial as like the meat had like a speck of brown or darker color in it, or I'm just so weird about food, and like it'll turn my stomach. Like I can eat like Oreos. I was eating Oreos, and I love Oreos. I love them, and I will make myself eat them because I love them. But I had this woman tell me, I worked with her at Fats in the corporate office, and she used to work there and said that they allow a small percentage of like bugs in them, because you can't.
That's the FDA regulations for everything.
You literally can't prevent it from ever happening. Yeah. So
there's minimal allowable quantities.
Yeah. Every now and then I'll just be like, I'll like think about
any food.
Yeah, I'll think about like beetles or cockroaches or makeup. Makeup will freak me out sometimes because I'm like, I'm putting like bugs on my face. Like I just get weird.
It's not quite that deep.
I know, but that's how my brain thinks. Meat does that to you, Jima? Yeah, I would like to be a vegetarian, but it's just not that easy. If I go vegetarian for whatever period of time, I will eat like the frozen
We also
patties.
have like an odd-ish eating habit of like eating the same thing for like a chunk of time, then moving completely away from it and going to another chunk of things like one thing.
That is actually part of sensory processing because you like can only handle I can only handle something, and I can't.
It's so weird.
Changes.
We eat so strangely.
Yeah. And I mean, like, when we say we eat, like, we will eat it like breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
The same thing over and over.
And then I will be like, I can't touch another freaking Butterfinger for years. Like, I had a bad Butterfinger habit. Chicken and turkey dogs are good and less fat for variety if you haven't tried them. I do. Emerson, yeah, he likes the turkey ones. I tried to get vegetarian ones, and that did not go over well. They were nasty. Yeah, they were way better when I remember them being way better back when because I go vegetarian every now and then.
There's definitely some veggie stuff in the freezer.
I missed her channel, Raising Christian. What was that about? Was that the one woman that you talked about with the chronic pain? I feel like that was the one that she talked about, but I'll look at. Nicole said her channel.
Memory not very great.
Yeah, no, not good at all. You wish you had problems not eating? I wish I had problems not eating too, Nicole. I'm a weird eater, but I eat the worst shit. The worst shit. Like,
sometimes it's not great.
I eat these things.
We've eaten
Betty
like
Crocker chocolate cake mug. Like, that's our latest thing right now.
So good.
Yeah, I eat garbage when I eat. I'm thinking about doing, like, my mom did a low carb. She always, little boy. Cool. I'll write that down. There's somebody that I follow. It's like, I'll have to follow into her channel and let you know. She's really great. She does homeschooling and has 2 children with SPD. But I'm thinking about doing like a low carb thing. If someone kind of gives it to me, I'll do it. The reason I haven't really done the low carb thing again is because, like, it's a lot of meat.
And a lot of effort goes into prepping and whatnot too.
It's a lot of meat. That's really the thing that, like, really freaks me out.
We definitely. If there's one thing that the nutritionists are trying to push at this moment, it's that not too much meat is no good. But, like, dietary, like, suggestions just are constantly going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. So it's like, eat as good as you can, I guess.
Here, type a common life.
Yeah, cake batter. What?
A common life. Yeah. That's A Common Life is another channel that has that has sensory processing disorder stuff.
But it doesn't do that, does it?
No. Yeah. So
I don't know how the comments work, guys. The live chat.
Yeah, meat really does freak me out, and I wish that I just have to put in the energy. We used to be so good about our diet and exercise
before we had a baby.
Yeah, I'm just like I'm just lazy now. Can you hand me the water?
We expend a lot of energy on other stuff, man. Like, not to say that we couldn't do it if we didn't but, like, I don't know, man.
It just takes a lot of thought, process, and energy. Like, beyond, like, going to you have to make the list and go to the grocery store and then actually, like, meal prep it. Because if I'm the only one eating low carb, which is how it was last time, it's very difficult.
Yeah, I don't need to eat low carb, man.
Yeah, he's already skinny enough. Like, I wish we could just trade weights.
I have done that. Like, I have definitely in jail now, mind you. I don't do that on the outside.
I was like, what are you talking about?
It's like crackers or chips. You crush it up.
Bags of dry
crush
ramen.
it up, put the seasoning in there, and, like, eat it like little chips.
He said without the seasoning packs. Like,
oh, see that. You need a little bit of the seasoning, like a little salt.
Yeah. Oh, Angel, your oldest is diagnosed with autism and ADHD. He's 19 now. Youngest is diagnosed with ADHD and ODD. I'm not a doctor. Don't quote me on this, but, like, just keep an eye out for ASPD, antisocial personality disorder. They go, like, very, very hand in.
I feel like they would almost ODD. Need a triggering thing. Oh yeah.
Oppositional defiance disorder, or is that what it is?
Yeah.
But I'm saying, I might not be saying the right words, but I know what ODD is, and that with ADHD can lead to ASPD, which could be, like, because in order to have ASPD, you have to have been diagnosed or diagnosable with ODD in your youth, which is an interesting factor that I don't think is quite accurate.
I have to look into it.
Yeah, but we got to talk to somebody about, like, antisocial personality disorder, and I just like talking to people about it because people just villainize it and make it seem like it's something oppositional defiance disorder.
Yeah.
And people make it seem like it's so bad, and, like, the psychopath thing, like,
it's the pop culture thing that does that.
Like, yeah, but, like, the psychopath scale, yes.
Yeah, right? No kidding,
Josh
man.
has that for sure. But, like, the psychopath scale it's not like a personality trait. It's more like a how did they word it? I read something, or I had someone explain it. It's like the antisocial personality disorder, or like autism, like those are like behavioral, or not autism, but like the ASPD and the ODD are actual like personality behavioral disorders. And then the psychopath, like the psychopathy that they can actually test, there's a scale, a psychopath test, that is like a mannerism, I guess, or like
outside behaviors.
Yeah, it's not your personality, it's just like your tendencies or something. And it's just very interesting.
Yeah, antisocial because they don't read social cues. I can definitely like sympathize with that, because I will definitely avoid situations because I have when a conversation is over, I have no idea what to take away from it. Like, I don't know what was important in that conversation.
Can we tell them what happened with us earlier? Like, where you just could not follow the conversation? I told
Sure.
Greg that we were talking about something, and I said they're going to pay for us to travel.
Oh,
and that's all I said. And then I moved on to the next point, was, well, like, it's a whatever. And he was like, well, are they going to pay for us to get a rental car? Are they going to do this?
Yeah, like the logistics of this thing that was so
hung up on that one thing and missed the entire rest of what I was saying. So you were saying that you missed social cues and you don't know what to take away from it?
Yeah, I don't think I know what's important and what like mattered in a conversation. So I just won't talk to people, because like most of the time when someone talks to you, like especially in a work setting, it's like there's a reason for it. And most of the time, like if they walk away and I'm like,
what was that about?
Yeah, I was like, well, what? There's just so many more questions I have, and it's always uncomfortable. I don't know. Conversation is hard.
Yeah. And I just think it's really interesting because, like, Greg is the smartest person I know, but he just gets hung up on the tiniest things. I said something earlier. I wish I could remember the other example. I said something that was like, I used a word or something that, like, pretty much fit the situation. It might have just not fit 100% correctly. And he was, like, hung up on that. He was hung up on that one thing. If you watch Greg's earlier videos, like his first video, I think is actually about ASPD and ASD, because watch that video, you'll learn a lot more about Greg. But like when he started, he couldn't even look at the camera.
Yeah, it was rough.
Like the camera was a person to him. And he does that when you are in person with people still. Like that's very much a trait that happens, but like he's gotten much better at like looking at the camera and viewing it and not like it's an inanimate object now. So, your boyfriend is a lot like Greg.
Yeah, she mentioned the difference between asocial and antisocial. Yeah, antisocial is definitely.
Yeah, can you go into it a little bit for me?
Like,
educate me a little more?
Yeah, antisocial behaviors are like behaviors that negatively impact like things around you too. Like asocial is just you kind of
don't go
withdraw.
Around.
Right. Yeah. It's not like an active engagement.
That's something I would like to learn more about.
Yeah. But you can use antisocial as like withdrawing from community.
Yeah, from the way that I learned it, antisocial, like you said, it's like withdrawing, but with like a negative effect.
Mm-hmm.
Like it has some sort of negative effect on you. But yeah, thank you. I am always open to learn more. So please, if you guys have anything like that, like definitely let me know. Let's see. Throw in another acronym, APD.
It's alphabet soup, man.
APD. What's APD? Alphabet soup. Words are hard.
They are. Like there are definitely like those of us that are just introverts and just don't wanna. We're not.
If you're responding,
outgoing.
Read the comments. People know what you're talking about when you.
That was more just.
Oh, okay.
But yes, I will then.
My husband doesn't talk to people much, and he's comfortable with sitting in dead silence with a group of people, and I just feel like I desperately need to fill the silence.
Yeah.
Yes. I can relate to that. I don't know if you would be comfortable in the silence. Yeah, you probably are.
I'll just let it sit.
Yeah, and I think it's interesting. I've learned how to be silent because it actually gives you a power over the conversation or a power over like the dynamic that's going on, because people, like you said, feel this need to keep speaking. Like, I have to do something, I have to say something, so what should I say? Especially if
It used to be how you catch me in lies, though.
I was just going to say that, especially if you think they're doing something wrong, like you just stay silent, or you like kind of hint at it and then you like let it go and let them fill in the gaps for you. It's a human nature. We will just do it. avoidant personality disorder. That is something I'm gonna have to look up because I don't know.
Storm and a tornado warning, Renee. Oh man, tornadoes scare the shit out of me, man.
Yeah, me too. But my son likes to watch videos about them.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I like.
Renee, I feel like I haven't seen you in so long.
Yes.
Seen you. You know what I mean.
Yeah, I mean that is what it is.
I am releasing this video tomorrow, guys. That is like super personal to me. I have been waiting for YouTube to monetize it because it's good. It's not bad. It's the one that they should monetize. Oh, I thought it was.
Right.
I got so excited. I was like, oh, my heart. But yay, it is. I can publish the video
Sweet.
tomorrow.
Cool.
Yay, that's like the best news.
Told you it would be worth it.
And I got 15 views on it. Like, people will keep watching. Do you think maybe multiple people reviewed it?
It's very possible.
So
it's a really good one.
I am so excited for this video. I'm super nervous because I know that there are some people that it might rub the wrong way. And I'm okay with that because this video is like,
yeah, it's nothing that you have.
This is me. Like this is things I've already preached about, things that matter to me. And if you guys know me, like all of you guys in here, I feel like know me well enough to know what I'm saying. Like you would just be like, oh yeah, this isn't that big of a deal. But other people are going to think it's a bigger deal. And I think it's important. And I'm super excited. I've been waiting 2 days to publish this thing, guys. I wanted to publish it yesterday, and then I waited and waited and waited. And because of it, it was very serendipitous. I was checking my email to see if it was approved, and I got in this other weird email that is interesting, and like that was cool. Okay. So it just feels like, but things like that.
Today was one of those payoff days. Yeah. Like you work so hard every day, day in and day out, and sometimes it pays off. And got to carry this feeling of it paying off further into the week and into, you know, the rest of your life.
And like it's so important to know that like when you have those really bad days and like they go on and on and on, like they're gonna be followed up with a good day like this.
And so it goes.
Right? I love Kurt Vonnegut. It doesn't have to be the best day in the world. Like I didn't win $1 million, you know what I mean? Like I'm still working, still don't have a car, like shit's the same, but it feels good.
I've been riding my bike and like I really actually enjoy riding, but I forgot how much I enjoyed just riding a bike around. Like, I don't know, man. And being outside and like smelling outside. I like being outside.
Do you guys know like Christina Randall? Yeah, I'm sure all of you have watched it, but she's like a scent person. She makes me think of Greg. She's just like she likes her scents.
I love smells, man.
Like he's just like smells of everything. Like he can just like a little dog.
I love smells, man. I am a sensory person, like of my senses.
Yeah.
Taste, touch, all of it. Like I like tactile. That's the word.
Yeah.
But
yep.
Do you want to go relieve your mother?
Yeah. I appreciate you guys hanging out. As always, this was fun. If I can do live streams this weekend, for sure I will. But save the date. I have to figure out the time. But Monday the 26th, I'm trying to make sure that I don't do it at the same time as Nicole's. Monday 26th, August 26th, is my 11 years of recovery live stream. And I'm really excited about it. And tomorrow's video kind of builds up to it and leads up to it. So please watch that one first and come hang out. I think it's going to be earlier because I don't want to conflict with Nicole's schedule. So I think it's going to be like 6 or 6:30. I'll post it on my community tab like always. But I'm going to go. My mom's hanging out downstairs with my boy. So I love you guys. I will see you in my next video. Please watch my video tomorrow.
Yeah.
Bye.
See ya.
End.